Angry guy here. Society and women hate men. Society and women hate men. This is something that we are seeing more and more of. You know, it's becoming more evident to guys that society does not like you. It doesn't want you. Women do not like you. They don't want you. They only need you. They only want you to supplement their income for them. But if you look at the way that men are treated in Western society, if you look at the way that women treat men, if men ever treated women the way that women treat men, it would never be tolerated. Society would never, ever tolerate it. And yet, this is what men go through. I mean, if you look at the grievances that men have, and it is unbelievable the things that can happen to men in society, and no one stops it. And women are basically allowed to commit all of these horrible criminal acts against men. But the state also commits all of these criminal acts against men, and they do it by you saying that well, we're looking at what's in the best interest of this or that. Like literally, your constitutional rights don't mean anything to them. Your constitutional rights come second to what's best for society. And that is how amazing it is. I never realized that they could just turn around and say that, oh well, your constitutional rights go out the window if this is best for society. Let's just go ahead and are best for women or best for the children. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Married fathers fighting for custody of their babies against private adoption agencies. Earlier this year, we brought you an exclusive interview with a father whose story is rarely told because the cases are not public. You may remember Ulysses Carwise, who is still fighting for his daughter more than 5 years later after she was signed over to an adoption agency as a newborn without his knowledge or consent. Carwise's story inspired other Tampa Bay area fathers to come forward, saying they too are in an uphill battle to establish parental rights.
There's a real problem, and good fathers are losing rights and losing time.
Tonight, a father kept in the dark about his daughter's birth.
It's hard. Sometimes I come in here. Sometimes I can come in here and sometimes I can't. This is my daughter's room.
Brandon Martellez's only child, a daughter he has never met.
I had books for her, a few toys, tons of clothes. I'm getting ready to give them away because I know they're not going to fit her anymore.
She turns 2 in January. Martellez is pictured here with his child's mother. The date, 2 days before her birth.
Hands on her, talking to my daughter through her stomach. I was there. I was with her. I was robbed of that opportunity.
Pictures turned to panic, Martellez says. The day before their child was born, he asked if she was going to the hospital the next day. I think so. He asked if she was going to come outside, when she's going. Nothing. Then
I was told that my daughter had passed away.
In a court filing, Martellez says the mother of his child told him the child had died due to sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS.
I couldn't accept it. I needed to see. I'm going to hospitals and they're calling security on me because I'm in here looking for my daughter. And I can't find her.
Then, nearly 3 weeks after their daughter was born, 2 texts. I have her. I got the baby. That news, the start of a new nightmare for Martellez.
I found out from a CPS lady that there was still a baby that was born, a newborn that was alive. And I reached out to someone that worked for the adoption agency that she told me about. And I felt like, okay, well, I'm the father. I'm her dad. I can take a test. I can prove I'm her dad. My daughter's alive.
We tried calling the mother, but did not hear back. Martellez fighting for custody while the child is with prospective adoptive parents through the agency Heart of Adoptions. According to court documents, the day after his baby was born, before he says he even knew it, the mother consented to adoption and named Martellez as a man who may have interest in the minor child. Court documents show the adoption agency said a termination of parental rights was not required because they were not married, he was not listed on the birth certificate, was not on the putative father registry, a little-known state registry for fathers to claim paternity, and had not paid a fair and reasonable amount of living and medical expenses in connection with the pregnancy and birth.
They were trying to ask me if I would, that she's going to a great home and all this, and I couldn't hear that. I cut off, said, no, she's not. Over my dead body, she's not.
Martell has filed a petition to determine paternity and filled out the registry the same month his daughter was born. Contesting the adoption plan, Martellez wrote, "I am willing to do whatever it takes to be given custody of my daughter and be in her life. I am willing to pay whatever form or support or cost it takes." Martellez denied he was aware of the mother's adoption plan in May 2021, denied he provided no financial support during her pregnancy, and said he didn't maintain contact with the child because the mother and the adoption people prevented it. We contacted the attorney for the adoption agency, who told us Mr. Martellez was afforded every right he was entitled to under the law, and that the court simply reached a decision that he disagrees with.
I understand that there's people that might not be able to have kids and they might need kids, but they can have the ones that people are not able to take care of. I can take care of my baby. I own a company.
A little piece of deadwood right here. They should not be adopting a child like my clients.
David Hurwitz, Martellez's attorney, says it is a fight with a law that favors adoption agencies.
It's very difficult to navigate it, and it's hard to fight against it, right? It needs reform.
In October, a judge decided because Martellez did not provide any financial or medical support since the child's birth, his consent is not required to move forward with an adoption.
She should be right here. I'm the one who can love her. Nobody can do that like I can. I can't give up for her. There's a lot of fathers out there that are being robbed that are good dads, that are great dads. And something needs to be done about this.
You know, guys, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane.
Time to appeal this case has closed. Martellez maintains he will continue fighting for his daughter. With photojournalists Matt McGlashan and Randy Wright, I'm I-Team investigator Kylie McGivern taking action for you.
Guys, so basically they've said that the case is closed, the child is gone, he has no rights to the child because he did not provide any financial support to the child after the child was born, despite the fact that the mother, had signed over the child. Like, this is crazy. She did not want him to have the child. She didn't want him to have access to the child. This is how they spite you. This is what women will do. You have to understand, this is the results. And of course, women watch my videos and they don't want me to talk. They want to shut me up. They want to silence the Manosphere. They want to silence us because this is what's happened. This is the power of the Manosphere. Men started comparing notes. This information is now out there. So let me tell you all right now, the Simps hate us. As men, the Simps, they absolutely hate us. They want to tear us down. They want to make us weak. They want us to be as foolish as they are. Some of them will just they'll go back and forth. Like they'll say, oh, well, I agree with this, but I don't agree with that. A Simp does not care about you. So many of these Simps, they don't learn their lesson. These guys are horrible creatures. They're horrible, horrible creatures. Look at what happened to this man. This man is there crying his living eyes out. His child was stolen from him. And guess what? The state can do whatever they want. You don't, guys, the state, this is what I've said. I've said it plenty of times. Your children and women are under the authority of the state. It's as simple as that. The man has no rights in Western society. But here's the craziest thing: women don't seem to understand this concept very well, because if the state has authority over them, then that means that the state can do whatever it wants with them, and they don't get that. They do not get that. They think that when things start to go downhill, they're going to start to try to shame men. Oh, men, come and rescue us, men. Because right now, what the state is doing is it's extracting wealth and resources from men. The state is extracting wealth and resources from men. So it's taking that money from us and using it to supplement the living of women. But more men are waking up and saying, nope, you're not going to catch me. I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to have children. I'm smarter than this. And that's why they're attacking. That's why they're shaming. But this is what's happening to men in Western society. Okay? Listen to me. If it was the other way around and it was child support, they would come after him for every dollar. They would take out a loan against him for the amount that he would owe for 18 years, and that would be the end of that. A minimum of 18 years. But just like that, they can snatch away your rights. They can say, nope, you're not the father. She signed over the rights to, she didn't list you on the birth certificate. She didn't do this, this, and this. Guys, think about that very carefully. Think about that very carefully. All a woman has to do is list a man on the birth certificate, and the state can come after you for child support. But if she does not put you on the birth certificate and deliberately signs over her rights and says that she doesn't want to be a mother, she can basically get rid of your rights as a father as well. So you have responsibilities as a father, but you really don't have any rights as a father. Think about this notion. All right, if guys, if you have responsibilities and you don't have rights, you are a slave. Do not confuse it. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Society and women hate men. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts about this, so let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.